State government is in a very piquant situation as far as not conducting SSLC and second PUC exams. Our SSLC exam is almost equivalent to CBSE 10th standard. Second PUC is equivalent to CBSE 12th standard. CBSE has taken a decision to cancel both 10th and 12th standard, and they are yet to come forward with the method they are going to assess the students. So after the CBSE announced this, few other states also announced cancellation of second PUC. We approached them. Till today, they have not come forward with any formula or any guideline. So in our state, we have decided not to conduct second PUC exam, but to assess the student on the basis of the marks he or she obtained in the first PUC exam, which was a district level examination, and according to me, which was reasonably objective and which was fair. On the basis of that first year PUC exam, adding some more weightage, we will give gradations to each student. The details will be issued by the PUC department. As far as SSLC is concerned, that is 10th standard is concerned, we are handicapped in this because we have not conducted examination for the 9th standard. So there is no basis on which we can do away with the examination. So it is imminent for us to hold some assessment test. So we have decided to go for objective type examination on 2 days. One for the core subjects, that is science, social science and mathematics, and another is for languages. So in that assessment, we will come out with a gradation. One thing I want to make it very clear, in both second PUC and SSLC, that is 12th and 10th, no student will be failed. It's only a question of assessing his learning ability and giving the suitable gradation. So no student or no parent need worried about his future. So we take utmost care not to fail single student in this examination in this peculiar situation.
Sir, evaluation will be according to grades or marks?
Grades.
So we are also talking about the periodical evaluation which is done by CBSE, and he will try to inculcate here as well.
Till this time, state syllabus had not gone for this periodical evaluation of our students. That was a lacuna. Now the situation has taught us this lesson that we should also go for periodical assessment, objective assessment, and be ready with the ability of each student at some particular point at the end of the academic year.
So experts have said that third wave could be more effective for the kids itself. So how are you going to be looking at that?
See, there are 2 or 3 opinions about the third wave. So we are in constant touch with the health department and technical advisory committee. So according to their direction, we are heading ahead. We are putting our steps ahead. And if that situation arises, ultimately our students' health is of utmost importance for us.
So we talk about invigilators, sir. Like vaccinated teachers will be there.
Yes.
Added to that, sir, added to that, how many students will be there in class? You were telling that
Yes, I will tell. In class 10, there will be around 8,70,000 students. Writing examination in over 6,000 centers. Last year we had 3,000 centers. We have increased the number of centers to 7,000. and we are allowing the student to choose his examination center nearer to his house. The third thing is, all the invigilators who will come for the examination work, we will see that they will be vaccinated, and that protection we are going to give.
Will there be a new system in place considering CBSE is also looking at comprehensive assessment, continuous assessment?
Just now I told you. Okay?
As far as migrated students and also
Even for migrant students, they can attend the exam at their place of residence. So we will issue advertisement, we will talk to them through our BEOs. Last year also, we went for this provision. Around 14,000 students availed this opportunity and they wrote the exam nearer to their residence. So that was a very good move. This year I expect the number to be more.
Sir, in case if any students are infected with COVID at the time of examination, when they have to write the examination,
See, last year,
whether there will be any kind of practical exam?
Last year, we had examinations for 6 days in the COVID first wave time. We had taken all necessary care. This year, health department is coming out with improved SOP. We will follow it. And I am hopeful that no untoward incident will happen in those 3 hours. And the protection of each and every child, each and every citizen of this Karnataka state is with the state. We will take care.
Sir, about the COVID positive students, sir, they are already infected on the day of
If any student is COVID affected, he or she will be given one more opportunity after these examinations. Once the situation, after say 1 month, they can avail this opportunity. Thank you.
So one last question, sir. Yesterday there was a social media outrage about Kannada language being insulted by Google company. What's your reaction?
Google has apologized.
I think, see, why they apologize? Because they did a blunder. They did a blunder. Nobody, much else a company like Google, has any right to insult any language. Kannada, we have our own past history. One of the oldest languages in the world. So Google had no business. So they have done a blunder. Merely apologizing may not help because they have hurt the sentiments of over 6 crore Kannadigas. It has hurt us. So they should go a step forward and they should do something to undo what they have done.
Thank you so much. Thank you.